I can't fail to go to church, and it doesn't mean it is the end of my Christian faith.
Imagine it doesn't.
Actually, you've just said that, and I remember how much I cried in the house because she said, I always thought there was something wrong with you, but now I realize you were the only normal person the whole time.
Hi friends, and welcome to the Haim podcast. Finally, when I tell you guys that this podcast has been a little over 4 years in the making, it has taken a long time, and I think it is one of those things that we say, good things take time. I am so excited to finally be bringing you the Haim podcast. On this podcast, we explore what it means to live our lives to the fullest measure, and it is inspired by John chapter 10 verse 10, which says, in part, I have come that they may have life and have it to the fullest measure. In an upcoming episode, you will get to know the whole story of how even the name Haim came about. But today, I am starting off this podcast by a very interesting conversation with one of my friends about the audacity to be you. My friend Jambi, for a lot of you who know her, don't even know her first name is Hannah, but Hannah Jambi embodies what it means to be yourself, season in, season out. I have been very curious, and I have really been wanting to pick her mind about what it means to have the audacity to be you. You are in for a treat with this conversation, guys. After we were done this conversation, I was just like, this is it. This is exactly what we wanted. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you are subscribed. Are you subscribed yet? I hope you are. And let's get to the conversation. I can't believe we are finally here recording this podcast. Oh my God.
I'm excited.
We were supposed to start recording a while ago. Yeah. And then there's just a lot of things that go on in the background
before it happens.
The setup, but also just even before this podcast began. But I'm really, really so happy. Like when you came and I'm like, okay, we are actually doing this.
Yes.
I'm so happy to do this, and most importantly to do this with you. Welcome very much.
I feel you know what? This is one of the few times where someone has asked me to do something and it was definitely yes.
Oh.
That's why I was like super excited. I was like, what? So here we are. How are you feeling?
Oh my goodness. And I told you earlier on, there was a little bit of drama behind the scenes.
Are you starting
that will have impacted this podcast, and I'm really just so grateful that I still get to do this. Amidst all of that, I think with work that is very meaningful to us, kuna to have obstacles.
But the obstacles, like I actually was telling somebody how especially the Christian walk, like those things for favor and the beauty story, you can't tell it without the story of being thrown in the pit, going to jail. It doesn't work that way. Actually, if it works that way, you should be like asking questions like, did they forget that I'm doing something? I'm not doing something. Yeah. So there has to be those small things that make you question, and you're like, I really, really, really want this.
For sure. Yeah. It's like you take a chance on your dreams. They try you a little bit to see, are you interested?
Yes.
Is this?
Yes. A dream. Is it really your dream?
Is it really something that you're going to do? I am really happy to finally be here doing this. This has been a long way coming. I kid you not. Yes. Yes. Counting.
Yeah.
Welcome very much to the Haim podcast, Jambi.
I am excited of podcasts whose names we can't pronounce.
But you didn't do so badly when I told you to pronounce the name at first.
If there are bloopers and they are aired on this podcast, I'm suing. Now data protection laws. NDAs were not signed. Right. So I was not told that I'd be embarrassed in these things. But it's nice.
Welcome to the Haim podcast,
Yes.
where we are exploring what it means to live our lives to the fullest measure through the lens of our Christian faith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I want to start this off, first of all, by introducing yourself, but you will do that, and I feel like through us speaking, people will get to know a lot more about Jambi. But I want to start somewhere. Me and you have interacted, we go to the same church.
Yeah.
We have interacted here and there. But the very first significant time when you and I talked was because I had something was going on, and I was like, who can I talk to? And you are my go-to person.
Clearly something was going on. A lot was going on until you
Even if something was going on.
I went, why would you settle on me? Clearly a lot was going on.
Do you know actually why? It's because you have an initiative called Heartbeats Africa.
Yes.
And it was actually seeing one of your videos that actually made me realize, hiya, I think she would actually understand what I'm going through.
Yeah.
And seeing that video, I mean, I was like, maybe I could talk to Jambi, but there's one of those videos that I saw, and I was like, actually, I think she would understand where I am at.
Yeah.
So that was beginning of 2022, and my goodness, I felt like my life had collapsed.
Yes.
It was my first
barely
attempt.
started, but hey, your life had ended.
No, it felt I had left home, and it was my first attempt at starting this specific podcast, and everything had just collapsed, kabisa. And then when I came to you and we were talking, one of the things that I don't even think you know this, one of the things that you had me realize is I had a lot of suppressed anger. And I remember you telling me, I hear what you are saying, but I also realized, because I was explaining to you something that had to do with my parents. And I remember you telling me, if I did something like that to Israel is your oldest, he would not let me have it, he would call me out. And you made me realize, I walk around a lot of people, not just my parents or like people, like I walk around the world as though I'm walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
And it's like you opened a dam, and once I started entertaining the anger, it was like a no-go, like there was no way for me to go back. And I am always so grateful because I am a much better person for being an angrier person.
Yes, for being angrier. Important. Yes.
I'm really curious to pick your thoughts on that.
Okay.
Is there something like what unaona views zingine controversial? So like a Christian person would never tell you
it is true.
you need to be more angry. They'll be like, no, God is for you, just be calm,
but God is
be
for you,
quiet.
and he just says in your anger, don't sin. Which I think he means you are going to be super angry.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
When you think about it actually, that's what
he does not say don't be angry. He says in your anger don't sin. And I think when he's saying in your anger don't sin, I don't think that's kidogo anger.
Ooh, anger that would
actually look at the
potential
sins means no, but look at the sins. Potential to kill, potential to steal, potential to a small thing.
Yeah.
So you're not kidogo angry. You are I'm gonna kill you kind of angry.
Wow.
But he allows you to be angry. He's just like in your anger.
Do not sing. For sure. Thank you very much. It really helped a lot.
But we started the podcast with the waterworks. What is
No, the reason why I bring that up is because today we are talking about the audacity to be you. The audacity to show up to your life as the most authentic version of yourself. Because we cannot live our lives to the fullest measure if we are playing small, if we are hiding, if we are behind the scenes of our own lives, and we are afraid to be in front of the light. You know, when they say lights, camera, action, and you're sort of, oh no, not me.
And it's your life.
And so, it is your life. You are supposed to be on the stage. You're supposed to be loud about your own life. You're supposed to be a really prominent voice. And I realized that when I was walking in life as though I don't want to offend anybody, I don't want to, I just want to be in peace, at peace with everybody, I realized that was not living.
Even ice cream is not like to everybody. And it's ice cream.
Can you imagine?
And you're not ice cream.
And you are not ice cream.
Imagine you're not ice cream, but you want everybody to
But
be
you
like,
want everybody
it's great, Jordana, thank you. So you want the people who like circles to like you, and the people who like rectangles to like you. So what shape?
And I'm a trapezium.
Yeah. And now what do we do? So you see, then you're like, okay, let me carve for the round person. Then now let me get it a proper straight line. Yeah.
Yeah. So I realized there was a lot of me holding back and me hiding, and it was such an audacious thing for me to step into the place where I'm just like, okay, this makes me angry.
Yeah.
There's a particular way in which how someone treated me, what they did, what they did not do. This how it makes me feel, and it is not great. And if I keep circumventing those occasions, I'm never really going to get to a place where my voice is actually heard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And the worst part, let me tell you what a lot of people don't realize is at the beginning you think that what you're doing is helping others, meaning you don't want to anger them, you don't want to annoy them, so you keep doing this thing. But what happens over time is you'll wake up one day and now the person you'll be angriest at is you.
Me.
Because a lot of times those people don't ask you to be that person.
Oh, how
because you chose.
Yeah.
You chose to make yourself small.
Yeah.
And so because you chose to make yourself small, you wake up and I'm like, I don't like the person I am. But guess what happens to everybody else? Everybody is like, Atukukwambia, why are you angry? Why are you doing the thing?
We can't
Pause kidogo.
Yeah, you can pause. So we'll just
We wake up one day like really angry, and the person you'll be angry at the most is you. Because a lot of the times when we are making ourselves small, or we are deciding to change who we are to accommodate others, they never ask us to do.
They don't.
And so you're angry, you're needy, then you wake up one day and then you're like, you guys don't even notice what I do. Then everybody just says, Jordana, you should just have said, who asked you?
You should just have sat down.
So the whole time, but it's your whole life. So yeah,
True.
Yeah.
I remember getting to a place in my life that was in early 2021, and I remember just wondering if it's like a table where decisions are being made about my life. I don't feel like I'm on that table though. It's like other people are seated there.
No one else but you.
You know, it's like people are seated there and people are making decisions, but I am not involved on the decision-making table of
Can I
my
make you
own
feel
life.
bad?
Oh yeah.
Do you know where that happens? At your funeral.
Oh my God.
I know. Even I want to feel bad. Like I just.
That is
That is
horrible
the
to
only-
think about.
But it's the truth.
Oh my God.
During your funeral, people make all these decisions and they can't ask you if you like them or not, and you have no say.
And you have no say.
So if that
Oh
is
my
happening
God.
in your life, it means you're dead.
It's. So I called you on my own podcast to tell me.
Even I am telling myself, I'm like, yo.
Whoa.
But it's true.
It is only at your funeral
It's
when
only at
people
your
make
funeral.
decisions, or when you're ill in bed and you can't talk. Like you have
Yes.
to be in a vegetative state of
You have
sorts.
to be in a
Also,
vegetable. You have to
yeah.
be dead.
Oh my goodness. That is, and I feel like there's such an ache in your soul that just does not leave you
Yeah.
when you are living life like a smaller version of yourself.
You can't. It's the worst. It's the worst feeling. And
Yeah.
and you can't keep it up for long.
You can.
Yes. You can't keep it up for long.
That is
So it will
so
show up.
true.
It will show up.
Yeah.
It will show up in either the habits,
Mm.
meaning
Mm-hmm.
that either you become those people who needs to look for an addiction
Mm-hmm.
to fill that
To
space.
feel the void.
Right?
Yeah.
Or you can get to the point where you do become suicidal.
Oh damn.
Because you truly cannot be able to face the life that you have. Because every day it's just reminding you that this is not who I am.
This is not living.
This is not living.
This is not.
This is not living.
Yeah.
By the way, I have this thing where I think that we should own even our mistakes like that.
Mm-hmm. Tell me a bit more about that.
Yeah, like I feel like if you let's call it, and I say this a lot. I think we even had this discussion. We talk about people and dating, and I'm like, you're so afraid of, let me try. You're so afraid of it failing that from the word go, you're not even enjoying it. And I'm like, what's the worst? You just discover you don't like this person and you move on swiftly.
Can you imagine?
But the whole time, you don't want to get to the bad part. And I'm like, the faster you get to the bad part, you're like, by the way, this is not the person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That actually makes a lot of
So
sense.
even if you just feel this is not, it's a thing you want to try out, and you're like, you know what? People say that if you travel where it's not going to be good for you. If you're curious, go. You only have one life to live. But then let me tell you, if God has already decided that I'm going to die on 27, there is nothing I can do to accelerate that process or slow it down. Yeah. So if it's going to be a bomb, if I stay under my bed, that's the day a bomb is hitting my bed. That's how it works. Like if you truly believe in God and what He says, then that is the truth. But we as Christians are always, you think that there's something, like you have a hold over your life. You think, I have tomorrow, I have another date. You don't have.
You don't even know.
You don't.
True.
You don't. So do it 100% today and then tomorrow. So I have this thing. So I have kids, right? So I think for me, I when we decided to have children, it's something that I wanted and it's something that I prayed for. But one thing I live knowing and my kids know, and we talk about it because I talk to my kids a lot, is I keep saying, I can't guarantee that I'll be with them forever. But every day, I show up so that when I'm not here, they can truly mourn that I'm not here because when I was here, I was
you are
here.
there. You are present.
I was present. I was present 100%. I was not perfect, but I was present.
But you are present.
Yeah,
and that is one of the things I've kept thinking about. It's especially in our Christian faith, I think there's a lot of things that we walk around because we don't want to attract kusumbua. We don't want to disturb the status quo.
Mess things
I
up.
don't want to
How
mess.
can they not be straight?
Exactly. It's something that has been on my mind a lot is about serving, how we show up to serve in our church spaces. I think a lot of the times we usually think, if I don't show up to serve this one day, it's like the world is going to, not really the world is going to end, but it's like there's going to be a gap. We keep saying there's going to be a gap.
Yes.
And I keep thinking, sometimes there probably needs to be that gap for somebody else to show up. Probably God wants to show up in that gap in one way. If it is not there, maybe, it doesn't probably create the room in a way that it would because of, the gap what that gap creates.
Yes.
And the whole of last 2024, I had like this back and forth with, my me serving in church.
Yes.
And it was just hard for me to show up to serve. And I realized God used that time to remind me He does not love me, He does not delight in me because I serve. Because for the longest time, I have always shown up to serve. Sunday morning was always, I'm going to church. Where am I going? And then I realized, oh my goodness, I can't fail to go to church, and it doesn't mean it is the end of my Christian faith.
Imagine it doesn't.
You are saying, Ati, you stopped serving or you are struggling with serving in church.
Yes, I was struggling with serving. But I think through that time, I think one of the things that I never really had realized up until that point, which if you ask me sounds a little diabolical,
Yes.
I had never thought to myself, our Christian journey is just as seasonal as any
Yes.
in our lives.
Yes.
It's just
It is
we
life.
don't show up to our lives the same way year in, year
Every
out.
day, we don't.
But for some reason, I realized I expect that I show up to church, to serving in my walk with Jesus the same way. So when I started feeling like, I honestly just really do not want to go to church today, or I don't actually just want to serve. I kept feeling like I want to go to church and I want to sit at the back and I don't want anyone to talk to me. I just want to walk in, sit all the way at the back
Yes.
and then just walk out. Because if someone asks me how I am doing,
Yeah.
it might not go well with them.
Yes. They will be in danger.
You know, they
Yes.
might be putting themselves in danger if they ask me how I am
and
doing.
It's okay. We need to take care of the Lord's people. So
And
yes.
also at that point nilikuwa na feeling kama I just wanted to, like I think part of me really craved for how we do services in Anglican church, like, you know, like proper Anglican, where we come, we sing hymns, there's no drums, there's no keyboard, kama kuna keyboard iko mbali. Like I just wanted something very toned down, you know. Like one of our friends has an initiative called Under the Broom Bush, and I feel like that kind of vibe where we just come. First of all, let's sit down, guys. Why are we standing?
Yeah. I
Because
just want to chill.
Yeah, that is really just what I wanted. And during those times, I realized, imagine the world is like God's people are still going to be saved, and you are
Jesus.
actually really just fine. You're not Jesus.
You're not Jesus.
So it made me realize that, you know, living our lives to the fullest measure really just requires that we are cognizant of the fact that seasons you change. You change kabisa. Yeah, and how we are showing up.
And I think there's always this analogy, like, of when you go to the doctor's office, and you go to the doctor's office because something is wrong. And so you walk into the doctor's office and he looks at you and says, "You're here? What's wrong?" Right? Because when he looks at you from the outside, he can't tell. And you're like, "It's my leg." It's like, "Okay, so what's wrong?" Because half the time, I mean, apart from when they're doing MRIs and X-rays, they're taking their info from you, right?
Yeah.
And so he'll give you medication based on that info. So you go and you come back, and you go and you come back. Then after a year, he's like, "Why is this medication not working?" Then you're like, "Okay, no, to be very honest, I said my leg because I really was embarrassed to tell you it's my toe." Right?
Yeah.
And you've done a whole year of consultations and medicines. We turn up to church as a version of ourselves the Lord does not recognize.
Can you imagine?
So he wants to meet you where you're at, but you're like, "I'm here." So he's looking at you like, "You know I can see you. You're not there. You're there." But then because of other people, you keep saying, "You're here."
You're this other place where you actually are not.
So the people who are his hands, because, you know, God uses people. So even the people he would use can't reach you.
Imagine. Because you're
Yes,
not...
the version that is there cannot connect.
They can't.
With this one's.
Kabisa.
Yeah, so,
True.
and I mean, I did the same thing, by the way. Like, for me, if you ask me, a big part of this year has been me, like, I just want to sit down. I want to listen also, and I want to hear. And I didn't struggle with it, because for me, I told you, I wake up and I'm like, if this doesn't feel right to me, I don't turn up in that space. And I felt this is a place I need to be in. The other thing that we never want to be honest about is, even when you're saying you must turn up and things will collapse, it's an ego thing. Who are you? Who are you?
You have assigned yourself importance.
Who are you?
So much so it's like
You're
you're
so
Jesus.
important. No.
I'm when your Holy
It might even
Spirit.
thrive better without you there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So like you're saying, maybe you not being there creates space for whoever is supposed to be there. Because this is the other thing about service to God. There's a way that it is not easy, but every time you should be serviced as you serve. And that's what keeps you going. So when you find yourself, every time it feels like it's a chore, and so there's more mumbling and complaining when you think about that place of service, you need to step away.
Right?
Yeah, because then that means you're either doing it by your own strength, or maybe God has said, it's time. This is not where I would need you to be.
I want you to go somewhere different.
Yeah.
That is
so imagine, we are not that important, by the way.
We are
And the
important,
Lord, I
but...
know, Hizuko saying, you don't sing, stones will sing. Imagine, you guys, Bana, you playing with God that his stones will sing, and you are there forcing yourself hot water, and I don't feel like it. Imagine, just sit. Just sit, by the way.
I love something you've said, and that's actually one of the main reasons why I really wanted to have this conversation with you. You're like, you didn't struggle with it. You're like, oh well, if I I will
no.
show up authentically to whatever it is that I'm showing up to.
I will, because first of all, people play a very small part in what God has called you to do. God doesn't call crowds.
Oh,
He calls
wow.
individuals.
He calls individuals.
So that's how it is. So, first of all, the year before was a big part of there was so much happening in church. And a lot of people were either discouraged and they didn't know. So I also did a full year of it's almost like you're doing everything. That's how it felt to me. But it also felt very gracious in terms of the kind of, seeing people step up in places where they're probably hurting, but they're stepping up to serve. So we moved from a place of almost confusion to having their leadership teams and their people in different spaces. Because before that, there were no people, right? So there are people in these different spaces. So even by the time I was getting to, I need to sit down, there really was no gap unless I create it. Because there were people who were responsible for different things. So sit down. And then also disconnect from what people will think. Yeah, because people will give you their opinion. Everyone will, why? Because at the beginning it was like that. Like, is there something wrong? Why is she sitting? Why are we not seeing her? I'm like, is there something that's not moving? There's something you forgot that I can also come to church and I just want to sit.
And I just want to sit and be serviced.
Be serviced.
As you have said.
Imagine.
I found that to be very profound.
Yeah.
You should be serviced as you are serving.
You should be.
And that is what keeps you
You should
going.
be. And you should always ask God why. I think we need to be present that way. That if you find yourself, you can't be pushing yourself 24/7.
Right?
Yeah. So either the problem is God or you.
And when has God ever been the problem?
Well, I don't want to be mean, but either the problem is God because it's him you're serving.
Yeah.
Or it's you.
Or it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The idea about it is about presence. It is presence that matters. You actually being present matters above everything because, I mean, I believe that even in showing up in our lives, more than anything, God calls us to be present.
Oh, yeah.
To be present right here, right now.
Exactly.
Right here, right now.
Yeah.
There's a song I've been listening to, an album actually. I have been listening
You're
to...
that person.
Me, I'm
you
for
started
albums.
one song, then you're like, wait, they're speaking my language. Then you go back and you're like, I want the entire thing.
Most of the times it usually starts, with the song and then I look for the album. But then a lot of the times, I'm sure I just go straight to the album. And
Are you serious? The entire thing?
Like I just go straight to the album and listen to
Yes.
the entire bit. So one of the albums I've listened to the most this year is called King Who Never Sleeps. I have said it nearly endlessly.
Yes.
There's a song on there called Be Where Your Feet Are. And the artist, Christy, she says... in a world that is forever elsewhere,
Yeah.
we were made to be just right here.
Yes.
Because what is more to love
Yes.
than to be
Where
with-
you are.
Yeah. And with the person that is right in front of you.
Yes. Yes. Because there's no other regret. Like in life, when you listen, even when you listen to like old people being asked, and they just regret not slowing down.
Slowing down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you need to... For me, I think the one lesson that I learned and has really, for me, helped things also grow is, first of all, it started with a quote I like, bloom where you're planted.
Bloom where you're planted.
So it doesn't matter where I am. I'm supposed to bloom where I'm planted. Even if I'm thinking I'm desert, Nini, bloom where you're planted.
Yeah.
But I learned to love the life I have.
You have right now.
Even as I wait for the one that I want, this one,
Yeah.
I'm going to 100% love it for what it is.
That is so
Yeah,
awesome.
because what makes you, the future might be not good. Break a thing, break a leg. So that thing for blooming I planted, yes, and love the life that you have because, I mean, hope is good, but also hope sometimes is cute because you always think that what is coming is better than what I have. You started life saying her seasons. So maybe what's coming is the pit. So you'll be in the pit being like, take me back.
Take me back.
Take me back.
To the good old days.
To the good old days. So you're here now.
Yeah.
So maximize here now.
Maximize
Yeah.
where you are right
Yeah.
now. You know, like one of the funny things even is that a lot of the times we are living in a lot of the things that we prayed for. I wanted to have space like this.
Imagine.
Like 2 years ago, like
Yes.
this definitely was something that I very much prayed to have.
Yes.
Like a space of my own and like actually a decent house. And then we've come like,
You're like, it
me, I
doesn't
want-
have enough. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I needed a bigger kitchen.
I want a bigger
and you know
kitchen.
what So it's like, okay, sour. Yeah.
And-
so
like even enoughness, even when we say about living our lives to the fullest measure, we are always gonna feel like there is more.
Yes.
Like there is more.
Yes.
There's still like a measure
Yes.
that is sort of missing. I realize that it is more a mindset issue for you to actually see abundance in the place where you are at right now, right here.
Yeah.
I have been having a lot of conversations with Ken Akoko in the background. And we were talking about how we view success and what it actually means to be accomplished. And we realized that there are a lot of small, big wins about our lives that we don't see. We are going to get to that. But one of the things I'm really always curious about you, Njambi, is I know that it takes a lot of inner work for you to get to this place where when you realize that you are not showing up authentically in a place or you are with people who don't see you for you, you feel very confident to check out and like actually just like be in places where you feel safe enough to show up as yourself. I'm always curious, how did you get here? Because I'm pretty sure there is like a journey. Was there a place in your life where you realized, I want to be more authentic? Because I do know for me, there have been like seasons that have caused that shift.
Yeah.
What has it been like for you? Was it, when you are a baby in your mother's womb?
Yes. You know that moment? The seed in my mother's stomach? I knew it. No. First of all, I think, so I don't know whether you know this. So I come from a family where my parents divorced when I was young. And no, it sounds nice when you're saying it in this century. In that century, it just meant my dad didn't come home one day. Not that they were not doing the whole divorce thing at court, because they're African parents and you don't involve your children. And so, for me, at a young age, when you're growing up, let me tell you, you see kids are the most authentic people you'll ever meet. What happens is we keep shaping and reshaping how we go.
Yeah.
Now, for me, that didn't get changed because my home life didn't look like anyone else's. So I was fine being different because there was no normal for me. Because in those times, no one was divorcing.
Yeah.
So I was already different. Actually, if you ask my mom, my mother the other day, my mom was convinced, this girl, there's something in your brain. So if she was more Christian, she'd probably say I'm demon possessed. But I was always questioning. I was always like, this doesn't make sense. So for me, the fact that my home didn't look like someone else's home. So even if you told me I was weird,
you didn't.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Because I was weird. But I knew it was a big deal. Actually, it's one of the girls I went to high school in. So where I went to high school was those national schools where people are prim and proper, but you have super rich kids.
Which high school did you go to in Njambi?
I went to the Alliance Girls High School.
I went to
a lot of
Alliance.
people don't know that thing, but I went to. I went to Karibu to Nini Yokitu.
Okay.
But I in high school, when I think we were in second form, and it was the first time our school went on strike. And went on strike, and I never left the compound. Okay, so the strike was guys walked to town. It wasn't far, but it was a very big deal because guys don't go on strike. But I never left. And the reason I never left is, first of all, my mother would have killed me. And then I don't like getting tired over things that, to me, I'm like, I can make noise where I am. I don't have to do things the way other people do. But soon after that, they started this thing where they'd inspect, you know how boarding schools are? Like they inspect you guys when you come, I don't know, put your box over there, remove everything.
You didn't have inspection before then?
It wasn't that serious.
Oh, it wasn't that
But after that
serious?
was serious because they'd have dogs doing the whole thing.
Oh.
But so one time we had those things where they tell you that you have to go and they want to physically inspect your body. So they didn't tell you to remove your clothes, but they'll check. No, I told my teacher no.
You said no.
I said no.
Oh,
I said
child.
no, and I never did it, and it wasn't an issue
How
for
did
me.
they take it?
I think maybe she was also surprised because nothing happened. But now later, I remember one of my classmates now talking about it, and she was like, I want to know who raised her. Because the rest of us could not say no.
Exactly.
But for me, discomfort has always meant no.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I think when also life also serves you some weird things, you start realizing, imagine life is hard enough anyway. I don't need to make it harder on myself by adding other things.
Sure.
But also, let me tell you, the truth is that as much as we talk about there's a lot of work you need to do and all of those things, the reason you end up doing a lot of work is you're not listening to yourself. The whole time, let me tell you, the first time you taste a pineapple, you can tell whether you like it or you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't like it, your response should be thanks. No thanks.
I don't. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But what do? Even as grown-ups, you start telling the child, try it again. Everybody likes pineapples. Pineapples are really good. You probably even have not tried it. Maybe it's even a rotten pineapple. So already the whole thing is skewed.
Yeah.
But it's the other voices. And so what happens over time, if you're keeping on saying yes to voices that are conflicting to what you already know, you don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why nowadays everybody's talking about, go back, be a child, Junini. I'm like, you know. Like, a lot of times you know. A lot of times, immediately you know. It's a yes or it's
Or
a
a
no,
no
for
for
me.
you.
It's just that a lot of things that you will say yes to is what already society has told
Has
you should
conditioned
probably
you
say
to.
no. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think your yes should be yes. So my firstborn, Israel, doesn't like ice cream. He's never liked ice cream. He's never liked ice cream. He doesn't take us. He does not. Actually, you should see him when you put it in his mouth. The reaction on his face, he's never. But for me, from the word go, if you don't like it, it's fine. We still keep going to places, and when guys, when parents serve ice cream, they serve everybody. And he says, no, thank you. And you'll always find somebody saying, Israel, just try it. Maybe the one you tried. And he's like,
the one that wasn't good.
I don't like it. So with time later, we realize he also doesn't like the taste of milk.
Oh.
Doesn't like the taste. So it's a thing. So it's not... I feel we torture people and we make people feel like, if you make a mistake, it will be the end of the world. No.
It will not be.
No, it will not be.
Yeah.
It will not be.
I realize it takes... That's why this season we're talking about the audacity to be you. I think that especially if you have grown up now, listening to other voices that have sort of told you who you should be, what you should like, and a lot happens, especially now when it comes to choosing career paths.
Yes.
When it comes to even selecting the person that you get married to. And just in the little things, in the big things, in the mundane things, we can grow up listening to a lot of voices. Some very well-meaning, a lot of them actually really well-meaning. But then when you get to the place where you realize, I actually have to, the analogy I gave of being at the table of your decision-making table of your own life, the part where you decide now, I am coming to reclaim my seat at the table.
Yes.
And also, I'm going to sit at the head of that table.
Yes.
I'm like, aya, guys, tokeni,
Yeah,
you
script is mine. I'm
yeah,
fine.
the
Leave me here.
the script is mine. Is like, nani alikuwa hapa? Was it my dad's
Hey.
voice in my head? Was it
Yes.
my mom's voice? Was it
Yes.
that cousin who doesn't even remember
Yes.
that one thing that she said to
Yes.
me? You're like, aya, everybody out.
Out. Tokeni. It is my time.
It is my time.
Yes.
And I feel like it does require, in Kilua we call it otada. It like requires a lot of
audacity.
Yeah,
You have to-
audacity.
you think so?
Yeah. Do
So
you
I've
find
never-
it requires audacity?
So I've never thought about it because I just thought I was odd. But now that you mention it, and this happened last year. So also when I was like a teenager, me and my mother I wasn't. Honestly, I felt I was speaking English. But
she
her
was
reactions,
speaking,
she was hearing Hebrew.
Russian.
And then
Hebrew.
speaking back to me in Russian. It was bad. Like it was bad. It was just bad. But I was one of those kids who, like, if something doesn't make sense to me, it doesn't make sense to me. Again, I was also in a home where things were not the norm. So already by then my dad wasn't there. He left when I was in primary school. But now I'm in high school and I'm trying to be my own person. And I was really, really a daddy's girl, by the way. Right? So I really, really missed him. So I think even in high school, I was trying to connect. But the dad I had in my mind wasn't the dad that existed.
Oh, wow.
That's a story for another day. So there's that thing. But there's a lot of conflict between me and my mom. And so I think I normalized that we don't really get along or she doesn't get me or whatever. And so for me, I also tend to switch very fast. I'm very okay with accepting somebody the way they are. By the way. I'm those people where Jordana doesn't like green and I like green. If that's the way, that's fine. Green doesn't have to be part of our conversation and I move. I don't necessarily think it's a good thing. So, but last year, my mother was telling me, and I cried. Actually, you've just said that, and I remember how much I cried in the house because she said, I always thought there was something wrong with you, but now I realize you were the only normal person the whole time. Man, I cried. So now when you talk about audacity, so when when people tell you it's deep, but for me, it's always been, yeah. So I remember like that, and it was a phone call, so we weren't face to face. So my mom calls me in the middle of the conversation, and I think it's because first of all, she was retiring. So there are a lot of, I think, emotions that come with that and thinking about relocating. But you're having this conflict with people around you. Hey, and me, I'm wondering, why are you surprised? I think she was getting surprised, like certain people acting a certain way. And I'm like, they've always been like that. It's just that I think now, maybe it's towards you or it's affecting you, so you're surprised. So then she said, Jambi, just realized you've been normal. Because, and let me tell you, I cried. I cried. I crowed after. I never even told her how much I cried because the normal conversation finished. I think after is when I cried because I realized, maybe I didn't realize how different I was until it comes from a significant person acknowledging that there's nothing wrong with you. Because I was okay being different the whole time. But then I didn't realize, kumbe, you all thought I was that bad. Then now I'm like, I'm accepted. They accept me. But yeah, it's a thing. For me, it's not a thing that has ever been forefront or I think about. I've always been a person, even when I fear doing something, most likely that thing that I fear is a thing that I will do.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't want to be afraid of it tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm not those people who, how when most people are, you're like, I fear dogs. So your idea of I fear dogs is you'll never go
I will never go near to them.
Now me, I will.
You run
I
towards your
will
fears.
go towards the dog until I'm not afraid of the dog.
What is one thing that you have done recently, in the recent past, that you were like, oh, I fear this thing, let me do it?
The thing that I fear? Gosh, I don't fear many things. But I don't know. But I'll tell you what. I'll tell you. So this year, I think this year we did. I was teaching my children how to do vision boards.
Oh.
So everyone did their own vision board. Some of them didn't really do the cutting, but they did prayer things. They wrote, and so I really was like, Mimi and God. I was like, you know what? We are partnering in raising these children. I cannot have them not believe in a God who doesn't do miracles. So for all of them, one of the things they all wanted to do was get on a plane. Trust these children to say getting on a plane, and you can't even start with let's go to Sijui where, let's do a road trip where. And that's one of the things they wanted to do. And so in is it in March? Yeah, in March. March, and this is why I think when you step up to those places, I think also God makes doors open to make things happen for you. So in March, a friend of mine, a very good friend, I have very few friends. But one of my friends, we've been friends since high school, said, can you guys come and visit? They live in Qatar. I was like, child, do you know where I work? Do you know how much I earn? Do you know how big my family is? And I don't know what. And they said, you come. You come with the kids. I'm like, dude, we don't have money. We don't have... She's like, no, Mimi. Let me tell you, for the first time in my life, if you know me well, I am a planner. I am those things. We booked flights not knowing how we're going to pay.
Oh.
Yeah. So one day we'll tell you the whole story. But the point is, my kid's first flight ended up being an international flight.
How awesome.
Right? And now, let me tell you what is scary for me about that now on that flight. This is why I wanted to tell you. So I'm one of those people who, as much as you try and raise your kids for the world, I really am not very good at letting go and what happens. And on the flight back, so they're not, you don't have enough seats, so you're seated in different places. And I had my son seated. So he got, quote unquote, kind of upgraded. My God, he's 8.5 that time. He got upgraded to first class, and we are not next to him for 5-hour flight. Let me tell you, I have never been like, what is going to happen during this flight? However, again, I think this is why I think I don't feed my fears sana, is you should have seen him. When we finished, because now when we got here, I'm like telling the flight attendant, my son is on seat. Please make sure he doesn't get off without us. Have him wait for us. And I found him at the door, and he said, Mama, it was so nice. And I watched, they're not allowed to watch SpongeBob. He said, I watched a little bit of SpongeBob. But he said, Mommy, I was so afraid. But you said we do it afraid. Let me tell you, in that moment, I realized, I think the one thing that I'm afraid of is that the one thing that God has given me to do for me, which is the biggest, is my children, is that I would not do it right. But in that moment, I knew that they don't belong to me like that. Yeah. So it's a small things.
Oh, that is quite a huge thing. Realizing that your children are in your custody, of, but they do not
don't
belong to
me.
you.
Yeah. So I think probably that's one of my fears, is realizing, imagine they're not yours. Yeah, and letting go.
How do you as a parent, and this very much relates to this conversation, how do you as a parent do you consciously raise them to have their own identity that is separate from you, because I've realized that one of the things that has felt like has required a lot of audacity from me. I'm just
Yes.
like, I'm not ready to be an adult like this. It's
Yes.
knowing that
Yeah.
I love my parents, they love me, I value them. I feel so blessed that they are very interested in my life and really want to contribute. Also, I got to a place where I realized I have to have an identity that is separate from them. And we have had a lot of back and forth. For me, it has been school. School is where like things started to go, because it was like the first time where I was making a decision that they did not approve of. And I refused to cave in. I refused to go
You're like,
their
no.
way. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, so now we are at an impasse. I'm not going to go your way,
Yes.
and you don't want to see things from my view. And then I realized I have to know that I am my own person, separate from the kind of, separate from, like, I am Jordana. I am a daughter of my parents, but there is a part of me that is separate from them.
Yeah.
And that is something that has been on my mind a lot. And even when I hear conversations with a lot of my friends who we are in the same age, I keep realizing a lot of us are at that space
us guys
where
were cloning you guys. Yeah, that your parents were just busy cloning and they had this idea of success. I think for me, the one thing that is clear in our house is that our children are allowed to question us.
How does that make you feel when they question you, actually?
It's not always the best thing in the world, by the way, because you don't know everything.
You don't.
Yeah. But you know what? It's that thing I told you. It's the ego thing that makes you think you're the one who knows. You don't. Yeah. I don't know them. I don't know who they'll be. And let me tell you, it's also hard when your kids look at you, because I remember those ideas you have, and so my kids are all gifted differently. They all like different things. So you have that kid who tells you, there's a time we had the kids do music, I don't know for how long. Man, you'll even lose money in the name of you're letting them be themselves, because they're like, this is what I want to do.
Affair.
It's a costly affair. We pay nini. Then katikati, they're like, this is not what I want to do. And I'm like, child, you will finish what you started. And then you hear somebody say, am I doing it for me or for you?
Ooh.
And I'm like, your grandmother should hear you say these things, because we could not say those things. But I think we have to get out of the way of other people. Yeah. Imagine that thing we're saying. You live your life, yours. I mean, our work is, and that's the thing, is to guide our children, to kind of, direct them. But imagine beyond that, we are not responsible for the choices they will make in that sense, because they need to make the choices themselves, and they know themselves. They do. I mean, I have one there who loves lemons so much. We wonder why. But he does.
Lemons?
Oh, yeah. Caleb loves lemons. Like, if you serve him a lemon here, like, you can select a lemon and he'll be very happy. He'll eat it like it's an apple.
He doesn't relate when people
And I'm
say
like,
when life gives you lemons, you do.
Like, he's like,
you celebrate when life gives you lemons.
Let's have the lemons. What is that? So he didn't get it. But imagine, let me tell you, I think that you need to also trust the decisions that you're making. In terms of, this is your child. You've already, if you're truly doing the best that you can, then, but your work is just doing the best that you can, they need to make that choice. Because if you've really exposed them to what it is, according to you, is the best, and that means they have the skills to do it. Let me tell you, it's an ego kind of thing, by the way, and it's for us. We feel like your loss is our loss, our shame. Like, why would you shame me in the streets? Yeah. But I also, on the other side, I always say is, I can't imagine watching your child walk in a place of, I am doing exactly what I want and I am thriving in it.
Right?
Yeah.
One thing I realize is, someone told me on another podcast that I host, and I have never forgotten, is our parents want the best for us, and I mean, I would always acknowledge that. It's just that even then, sometimes they don't realize what it actually takes for you to
Yes.
become that best version of yourself.
Yeah.
So, like when my parents and I mean, our relationship is so much better because of the decision I
Yes.
started to I made at that point.
Yeah.
To enroll in a program that they would.
They were like, "What is
They're
this?
like, excuse us.
What is it?
Please."
Do you know whose child are you?" Yes.
Us, and especially because it was I was just about to get done with university, so they're like, we have been paying for your school fees to do
Yes,
what exactly,
yes.
and you want to go and do what? But the
Yeah.
thing is, our relationship right now is so much better. Like,
Yes.
we are at a much better place because of the decisions that I made. And as you speak about the ego thing, I think also just them being able to separate.
Oh yeah.
Them being able to
Yes.
separate.
And it's hard
Yeah, and I mean, I think have
because
always
you're our
this-
children.
right?
You're an extension of me.
Yeah, we are
So
an
what do you
extension-
mean? What do you mean? And in our
Visa
minds, the
hizo.
failure looks like Yoko crawling in mud.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think part of those systems, like how we are, like the environments in which we grew up, sort of contribute to our idea of having. I mean, I am so surprised that you say for you don't really feel like it requires Audacity. Because me, I consciously have to think
Oh,
about it.
really?
Yeah, I consciously have to think about it. I'm like, even when I make the call that I know will be very that will bring about like a lot of spectacle with me and my mom, especially.
Yeah.
I'm like, breathe in, breathe out.
Okay.
It requires
because you
a
have
lot.
to prepare
Yeah.
and I think it's sad, and I think you see the other thing is I think for parents is this is there's that thing they say that as a mother you give birth to a child, but you give birth to the parent also on that day. So
That is
yeah,
quite true.
so you're a new parent. So your parent is as old as you.
Is as old as me.
Yeah, when it comes to
True that.
parenting.
Yeah.
So in a sense, you're both struggling through it. And
It's just as new for her.
yeah, it's as new
is.
for her. Yeah, because
for
the first
me.
time you're a teenager, it's the first time she's
You're
a
a
teenage parent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first time it's a no, it's her first no or his first no. So
What
it's
do you
hard.
mean she told me no?
Yeah, it's been years all along. What do you mean?
You
We're doing
know?
quite well.
Yeah.
So think it's hard, but I think for me, one thing that I pray for is that in spite of maybe even our differences in thought and in what they're supposed to be, that I will always create a safe space for them. That you can come home. Even if I disagree with you,
Yeah.
you will never be unsafe with me.
Oh, wow.
You get what I mean? Because
Yeah.
sometimes, and I mean, I've seen it even with my friends where you're so worried about what your parents will say. And so you put yourself in situations that are not good. And it happens a lot with your generation. And that's a thing that for me worries me, because I have a lot of friends who are in your generation where I've seen people come to uni, and because you told your parents, I don't want to do this course, the parent reacted the natural way, which is, I'm not paying. And what you thought the child would do is, because they're stranded, they'd come home.
They'll come home
And the
and-
child said, I'll stay. Right?
Yeah.
But stayed means what?
Oh.
So it means they start finding a job, or they're staying with people they shouldn't stay with,
Yeah.
just because they said no.
It is quite the cost.
Yeah, and I think it's a little much. That's the thing. It's a little.
It's too big of a
molehill
cost.
kind of. No, and it's, again, I say it's not easy because. So I'm a millennial, right? And the generation before us was raised on, you don't question, you don't say. So our mothers were raised on, you just do what your parents, you don't even show them that you can think beyond what they've said.
What do you mean
They
you can
think on your behalf, you go
Then
and
you
do
go and
what
do.
they say. And then their parents, I honestly think that a lot of their parents were very absent because my grandfather was probably uko working, and most of those guys those times, the men were working away from home.
Yeah.
Like they travel away, Nini. And the mother would be left home to take care of 12 children because they were giving birth. I don't know 6. So it's one after another, and so you'd find they'd recruit firstborn to take care of the other one and parent the other one. So they were always on the move. So essentially, I feel the generation of my parents, they raised themselves.
Yeah.
Right? Then you come in and then we are transitioning into we discuss. And I'm already here. I'm even telling you I love you. And then that one, and then you're already now saying no. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Success
I want the
is
best
this
for
way.
you.
This success is on this path. Then you finish. Then now we decide that we have changed success from books to marriage. Get married, please. We've changed it again to parenthood. Now,
Now
like
become
we
a
don't even
parent.
realize how much we are bullying people into this thing. But it's the idea we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. And now, out of all that, as a person, it gets to a place where you have to realize, okay,
Yeah, imagine it's mine.
yeah, it is my life. Because one of the things that has really angered me,
Yes.
that has angered me about growth is it gets to a place where once you realize that you want a different life, you don't have the, should I say liberty? You can't say anymore, this is what the situation was before.
Oh, yeah.
Like you lose, it can't be at you, my parents did what it's like.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah,
you're 25, what do you mean?
Yes.
Kwani you can't make the decision for yourself?
Yes.
And it angers me about growth. It's like someone came and
Yes.
made this house,
Yes.
but then you don't stay in it anymore. And sometimes it's like something that looks like shambles. But you can't explain to the world that someone
Yes.
came and wreaked havoc
Yes.
here.
Yes.
It's like now it becomes your identity.
Yes.
Like later on in
And the
life.
world is mean.
Exactly. Later on in nobody will be looking at you and they're like, so we don't understand that your parents,
yeah.
what did your parents
Yeah.
do? Because
Yeah.
even me as a child, it is only recently that I've actually started to realize, oh my goodness, my mom actually has a mom that she actually has her own issues with.
Yes.
Like me, I'm looking at her decisions from Christine
Yes.
Achieng.
Yes.
And
You have made her a small person, like she's a small god. She knows 100%. No.
And
Imagine
now I
she
realize
does. No?
I'm also at that point where my sisters are looking at my decisions as me.
Yes.
It's like, sister, like you get to a place where your decisions are
Yes,
yours.
yes.
Now, if you don't actually fight to be on that head seat of that decision-making table, ole wako kwa sababu, now everything will be on you. So then now we get into these spaces where now we are like using coping mechanisms, like we were talking before we started recording, people getting drunk, people just being lost or being lost in a job, even if a job is really good, or being lost in family. But when asked, when was the last time you actually felt like you were living?
Yeah.
You're like,
I don't
when I was
know.
like 2 months in my mother's womb, I don't know.
Yeah. You don't even know what living is.
You don't actually know what living is.
Yeah, you don't know what living is. And I think God looks at us and he's like not happy. Yeah, because it's like he's given you a whole buffet and you're stuck at the starters complaining about how these things are not interested. And he's like, you have the entire, like, imagine just move.
Ooh, move.
Yeah.
Move.
Yeah. Make that choice.
Yeah.
Do that thing. Imagine let it be a mistake, but do something.
Aki, you keep saying
Yeah.
the whole thing about making mistakes, and I'm just like,
Kwanza that thing. By the
That
way, let me
thing.
tell you.
let's talk about it a bit
me,
more.
by there, I have an issue. Okay, I'm looking for a crowd. I'm looking for a crowd in my mistakes. I'm like, join me
Imagine
in
you're
the madness.
It
No.
is. Because you're stuck hapo kwa starter. You don't want to choose because you're like, what if I choose the wrong thing?
Let me ask you, do you remember failing an exam?
Oh,
You do.
there's one I have never forgotten, but yeah, of course I do.
Okay. Do you remember passing exams?
Yeah.
Right? Do you remember yourself after you failed that exam?
Some.
What do you remember doing?
Just
Like
feeling
sour, you
bad.
felt devastation and all of those things. But before the next exam, do you remember? Do you remember how you studied
You
before
studied
that?
now because you're like, why? I can't.
You studied like you'd never studied before, right?
Yeah.
But after you pass exams,
Yeah. You celebrate.
How do you study?
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Unajua, you're like,
So
I'm
in
good.
life, when you're doing well and when you're making mistakes, which one is propelling you more?
When you have made that mistake. Now, like, just...
But we fear.
But we fear making the mistake.
Yeah. Imagine this. And anyway, what is mistake? I just feel like a lot of times what we call mistakes is just, redirection, or learning that this is not my strength, or learning that this is not my place, or learning that it is not it. And when one of my sons was learning how to walk, I think it was my firstborn. Manze alikuwa anaanguka. And I remember him specifically because your first child, you remember when they are stumbling. When they walk the first time, it's such a big deal. Hey, when you guys get there, you'll tell me. When they walk, but you should see that process. They are walking funnily. They are falling 27 times. All of those things. But do you know the reaction of everybody watching a child trying to walk is, walk, good job, oh my God. But they're making mistakes.
They are.
But what do we do as grown-ups? Because how will you learn to... Exactly. But how will you learn to walk?
How will we learn to walk?
Yeah.
If we are afraid to fall.
Hey. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but me, I'm always like, I think I just want to try... It's important. It's important.
Very much,
Yeah.
And having the audacity to fail.
Yeah. And time is fine. Man, don't take yourself that seriously. I'm telling you, you're not that serious. You're not that serious.
Hey.
I
think tunaekanga stakes kwenye hakuna stakes that aren't even that high.
Do you see the kind of things, even presidents, the kind of things they say on international stages? And imagine they go and sleep.
Can you imagine?
And they wake up tomorrow.
A full 8 hours
and you're
of
just
sleep.
afraid of like a small thing here. You don't even affect your village with your mistakes.
Imagine. Hata wewe hutakuwa affected hivyo sana.
But also, I think that a lot of us are stuck in places that we don't like because we are afraid to admit we made mistakes. I was having this conversation with someone and I was saying, of course, again, going with where I'm at in life, there's a lot of divorce with a lot of people my age. And so some friends of ours were asking, what's happening? And we realized that for the first time, again, people are learning to ask for something more.
In terms of marriage?
In terms of marriage, in terms of partnership. So, again, we were raised by parents who the man just provided and the mother did the thing. So you didn't even see a relationship. But now, because of social media and you've been exposed to something more, you're like, wait, the romance continues. They do things, they share dreams, they have lives beyond. So it's raised the bar.
Yeah.
And again, the women now are earning, some of them are even earning more than the men. Meaning now your relationship has to be about something more. So what happens for a lot of people is it's happening and people are like, hey, Aki, I'm sorry. It's like we're together, but we are not together. Sorry, I have to get out. And it's sad. But the truth is, it's because, one, there's a person who's just discovered, hey, I don't think I can do this anymore. I want more. But also, it could also be that there's a person in that relationship who's not willing to adjust because you don't want to accept that, hey, maybe if we redirect kidogo, we will be forging a path together.
Yeah.
But also, and this is the elephant in the room, is it possible that the person you were in your 20s was great for this person and is no longer great for this person?
Don't.
Uko. So you don't want to admit that, imagine maybe tuliblanda. Like knowing what I know now, you are not the partner for me.
Ooh.
So now there's a lot of divorce because there are people who are able to walk away. Maybe people are more aware that way. And so we're accepting that maybe we made mistakes. But I also think that this embracing of mistakes, for me, if you ask a lot of people, even who are divorcing now, they'll tell you, Aki, I should have left 10 years ago. I should have left 30 years ago. So, even people are living in their 60s.
Yeah.
They're like, why didn't you leave then? So
Why
now
do
you
you think
conceded
so?
in this mistake.
Because you realize this is,
because
I
you
need
don't
to
want, because you
change,
think
but you...
you think the mistake is your identity.
Oh.
It's not who you are. Imagine ni kablanda tu.
Whew.
It's
Thinking
not
the
who you
mistake
are.
is your identity.
It's not. The same way even your success is not your identity, by the way. This means you're good at something.
It's like your
It
identity
means you're
is
good at something.
separate.
It means you're good at something. It means you're good at something.
Oh, jeez.
It means you're good at something.
Oh, man. That is so... Our mistakes and our successes and how much of our worth we bank on them. It's like, if I don't have this anymore, whomst am I?
Whomst am I?
You know?
What will people say?
What will people say? What will people think?
Which ones?
Which people?
Yeah, which people? I'm not thinking about
Have you seen the meme for, oh, so you're a people pleaser? Name 3 people who are pleased with you.
One are most likely the ones you will name.
And the ones who are looking at you with...
They're like,
You've been
pleasing
pleasing me.
who? They're like, I gave you the wrong impression. Ask me twice. DJ Selector, let's do this again. Yeah.
Turudi nyuma kidogo.
You're not that important. I think we need to get to that place where we do that. And I think we need also to give people around us permission.
Whew. I think even
To
in
do
friendship,
that.
that's so much so applies. It's like give your people friends,
Imagine
your
give your
friends
friend the space.
the space to make mistakes,
Imagine to
fall
make
down,
mistakes and no, it's
and
fine.
like, oh, you poor thing, come here, I give you a hug. You tried what?
You're really foolish, by the way, and we're fine, and we laugh about it. You're like,
and
hey,
we
seriously?
laugh about it,
and we laugh
keep
about
moving.
it. Yeah.
There's a movie I was watching a while back. There's this guy who was like not a drug baron, but I think like a crime boss or something. He was like, he had become really old. So he was telling someone that his protege now, he was like, you know what? His name was Stan. So he was like, he was like, you know, when you're older, you regret more the things you didn't do than the things that you actually did.
Yeah. But it's true.
And I was like, how many things am I failing to do because I'm like, I might regret this choice. Now realizing, imagine you'll regret the ones you didn't do more than the ones that you actually did.
Yeah. The world has shaped and again, this will sound very controversial because I'll go back to even church and what we see and what we condemn. And what we condemn are the mistakes that people think are the worst, right? Which is premarital sex, adultery, all of those things. And I'm like, which meter are you guys using? Because there are 10. So your little white lies are the same as that guy sleeping with someone's wife.
Can you imagine? Like, we read to the same.
Ni same too. Like, ni tick too, it's a sin.
Yeah.
And so the truth is that we have given things more weight than they should.
Yeah.
And so we are not living because of that thing. We are afraid. Wait. What will?
Yeah, alafu
What
nitashow hapa aje
Alafu,
church.
nitafanya nini?
Kesho.
Nitafanya. No. I think one, especially if you're a Christian, your audience is one. Imagine there's only one person you owe explanations.
Yeah.
Of course, it's different. If you're married now, if you bring adultery in, you owe somebody else. But my point is, it's one person.
Ultimately.
You owe truth, and it's that one person you should honor. And so we need to remove this thing we have made of people and who's looking at you and who's saying and who's doing that. And I think for a person who's made a lot of mistakes, you also realize that you learn to extend grace.
Oh. Hey.
Yeah. Because if you've never needed it, where? If you've never been in the mud and then you're like, why, Lord, what will they say? How will they look at me? Until you make that mistake. So there's a way you will look at
You
people.
become so much more gracious.
You do. When you move on from things and you're like, it's not like this. So,
True thing.
Yeah. Imagine, leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave.
As we wind down the conversation,
Yes.
I'd really like to know.
Yes.
You know, we didn't even, like, I didn't want to start with the conventional.
Yes.
I didn't want to start with the conventional way of, hi, Jambi, tell us a bit more about yourself. I was
Yes,
like,
because it never worked. It's true.
But it wouldn't work.
It wouldn't.
Okay. Lisa. Anyway, I'm really curious because this is the Chaim podcast and we're talking
Yes.
about living our lives to the fullest measure.
Yes,
What has
yes.
been giving you life lately?
Oh wow, podcasts and listening to. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sana.
What are some of your
Sana.
favorites?
Gosh. First of all, I've been listening to Dear Future Wifey. I think I told you another time. It's big on relationships. I like it because it elevates how we look at relationships. There's a local one for Kit and Tawi. Do you know Kit and Tawi?
Tentawi, yeah.
Sasa how? Because those ones now are audacious. Those ones are.
If there's a
we are
scale
not-
for Audacity, Kit and Tawi have broken it.
Wako hapo juu, wako.
Hata hawako
this
juu
is-
wamebreak scale. 'Cause hakuna meter reading.
Hakuna. I've been listening to Diary of a CEO Sana because I have been realizing these guys are so normal. These guys are so normal, and so I also like stories and connecting with people, but I've just realized that a lot of these people, when you listen to them, first, they're so normal. Two, imagine it's the taking steps. There's nothing miraculous about what they do or where they're at. So there's that. I listen to Trevor Noah a lot because I also like comedy in a sense. I like satire. I like people who are super, super smart because I'm like, Lord, how did you create their brains? Where was I? Remember
do you
me? I don't
mean?
know. Like, I just feel like there's some people
Jambi.
who are like super. Have you listened to Trevor Noah?
Yes, I have.
Have you listened to Michelle Obama? Are they normal? Are they in this scale? Are we using half our
Okay, so
brain?
what you mean also, you are
Yes,
pretty smart.
that.
We look at you and you're like,
Oh, really?
God, what you did for Njambi.
did for me.
What you do for
I am
Njambi.
grateful, Lord. I am grateful for where I'm at. So there's that. So I'm listening to a lot of those.
Yeah.
Also on IG, let me tell you, I'm really following. I usually say like I almost like stalk her. There's a chick called Wix. You know Wix?
Wix Mangoda?
Wix is that girl is on fire. Like I don't think there's a ceiling to her creativity.
The
and how
creativity of
she-
Wix.
So for me, that's a person who's showing up without apology.
Oh.
Of course, again, I like her story because she says that's why you should listen to her. Because she says she came from a place of always comparing herself with other people. Yes. And so
Insane.
Yes. And so she grew up out of, that you're always trying to beat someone else. Until she woke up one day, she's like, wait. Imagine ni wewe tu. Everyone
I don't
is
even
nini.
see anyone create what Wix creates. I'm like,
Is there
hakuna jikompea
anyone?
na nani?
Hata sijui, by the way. I just
Hakuna jikompea na
I
who?
cannot. I look at her and I'm like, what? And yeah, so it's crazy. So for her, for me, I think she's also really inspired me to like step out into places.
Wow.
So now I can. Even now, certain guys like me, I just live young. I see somebody is having a thing in Nairobi that I think works for me. Mimi ni huyo mse, sure.
You're gone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Because you need to keep your mind in that place. That's the other thing.
Where you're constantly inspired by what other people are doing.
Yes, but also that your mindset is seeing things as achievable.
Oh, wow, yeah. That is very important.
Yeah. Because if
Yeah,
you keep
true.
only in a small circle, then even your knees will be this height.
You have questions for me.
Of course, I have questions.
Okay, go. As we so alisema ago hiyo inakwanga preachers anamalizanga mara tatu. Anyway, as we finish you can ask.
Sisi ni watu wa nini? Children of God. Now that you're doing the podcast, right? Where do you want it to go?
Well, the thing about me hosting a podcast is seeing people like where I want. I mean, that doesn't sound very like setting goals wise, but
It does. Stop giving excuses.
oh, okay.
It does. It's true.
My heart for this podcast is sitting across from people and doing what Luke did with Mary, and like when he was interviewing people when he was writing the book of Luke. Like, it's very extensive, and there's like bits here and there that you find in the Gospel of Luke that you don't find in other Gospels.
That's true.
Something as simple as Mary treasured all of these things in her heart. No one else writes about it like that, and I feel like hearing the heart of people, and actually just people sitting across from you and you inquiring about their lives and hearing the things that they have to say. I feel like a lot of the times people hear themselves better when they are talking to you, and they actually hear their own thoughts of their head.
I was thinking the same thing in my head. I was like, hey, you need to edit.
People actually hear what they are saying, or people hear things that are in their heart, in their mind, that they had actually had no thought about. And my goal is to have as many people as I possibly can do that, like to actually just hear people and to have people hear themselves. And I mean, I would like to not just produce this podcast, but I'd like to get to a place where I actually help people to now. Mimi niko na huko nyuma kwa background, and I help people produce their own podcast, because I have realized, I think in the process of me producing my own podcast, I've realized there's a lot of podcasts out there working in people's brains and in people's hearts and in people's minds. Yeah, I'd really like to get to a place where I do that for people as well. So yeah, it's a goal for the podcast, but like also a goal for me as Jordana.
Yeah, it has to be, because it's Jordana. I think that's why I wanted to ask you that, because in my interactions with you, I think you're a very gracious person. It's true. You're a very gracious person, and I like that you think about everyone else. And I think, so it's not surprising to have you do the podcast. But I can't also wait for a moment where we do lights, camera, action, Jordana.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. Which won't happen tomorrow.
It might. Who knows?
Yes, you better. So yes, but thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Jamie.
I feel like it was so deep. Why is it so deep?
See, because have you met me?
Yeah, I'm like, wait. Yeah.
Have you met me for 1 minute?
Yeah, I'm like, wait. Why can't we just have surface conversations?
Oh my goodness. I feel like I decided a while back in my life to let people who can do that do it best. Me, I'm usually just like, you'll ask me one thing and I'm like, oh my God, so that time when my grandmother told me 5 years ago.
Oh yeah. and you know that's a
it
very
is just
good thing.
in my nature. Like surface level, I can do that for like 5 seconds, all of 5 seconds. After that, I'm just like, okay, if we're not ending this conversation, then let's talk about something deeper.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Thank you so much for being here to carry the weight
I know.
and the depth with me. I truly appreciate you, Jambi. And I cannot wait to see you live your life to its fullest measure.
Me neither. So see, we are meeting as we live our lives. Absolutely. 100%. Yeah.
Awesome. What do you think about the conversation that we have just had? I hope that it has encouraged you to get some audacity, even just a little bit of audacity, to be yourself, friend, because nobody is going to be you. So, as you wait for our next conversation next week, I hope that you go out there this week and be you, no matter how much audacity it takes. Can't wait to connect with you again.